on my pregnancy ball. Remember that? I'm just trying to ride it.
Like uko na tumbo kubwa, and then they're like bend. So I'm like, okay, no, there's a whole human here raising you up. What is this?
Movies, you know, like
uliona news jana. And I was like, whose blood is that?
Kuna nurse moja alisema kwani huyo anaona,
yeah.
oh baby,
Yeah.
mom, she's like,
No oxygen. I can't breathe.
Hi, welcome to the Unfiltered Tribe podcast. You're with me, Linda.
And me, Latifa.
Yeah, and today we're going to be talking about
CS versus
natural birth. Yes, as you can tell, I did vaginal, she did CS.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about our experiences and other experiences from the Unfiltered Tribe moms.
Yes.
And we hope that, you know, you can feel related to, you can maybe just, even if you're not a mom yet, you can know what to expect and hear the different experiences that are there between the two.
Yeah, and you can choose because apparently these days you have a choice.
Yes,
you know, if you don't want to go the natural route, you can go for an elective CS. So it's all, you know,
yes, you can choose. And sometimes there's no choice. Sometimes you might want one way and then it goes completely the other way. So you're gonna exactly. So today you're gonna learn from our experiences. Remember, we are not doctors, we're not experts. This is purely from
our own personal experiences
and other moms' experiences.
Yes.
That's all. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Start with ourselves. Which one do we start with?
Linda, tell us, how was your natural birth experience?
Gosh, okay. I woke up.
Please, usianze.
I'll catch you all. Kingdom. Anyway, so for me, I think, let me say, my journey started at 37 weeks. I delivered at 37 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. Early enough. But
Yeah,
I was so
early.
big. I was so big. I don't know how I could have gotten to 40. I was... Even an elephant could have, no. I was so big, like I couldn't. So when I went for my last, remember that was the last checkup I had with the doctors, and they were checking how dilated. I think they do check, and nikapatikana, I'm 2 centimeters dilated. Then they were telling me, that's nothing though, but you might give birth in a few days. You know, I'm like, it's fine. So we've not even booked the hospital. I knew we were giving birth at Nairobi Hospital, but we hadn't booked a bed because it's 3 weeks away. So we're like, we have to, So we're told, go to hospital right now, get a bed, just get that sorted out, your insurance sorted out, nini sawa. So I go home, I'm 2 centimeters, blah, blah, blah. My water breaks that night when I get home at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Remember, I've not even packed, nothing. So I get to hospital, I'm 3 centimeters dilated. First of all, your kupimwa was very painful. I think
of the fingers.
Yes. It was extremely painful.
It's insane to me that we're in 2025 and they still don't have a better way of checking. Yeah.
Why are we using
fingers
all the way up to... It's bad,
torture.
And no one really tells you how bad it is. I had no idea.
Nobody can tell you. Even if I tell you it's bad, you
still
want to know how bad it is until those fingers are up in there. That's when you will know.
Forgive my French. It's not fingering in a pleasurable way.
It's not.
It's going all the way to your womb, to your cervix, to check how na inapanuka huko ndani.
Oh my gosh! I just remember it just came to me.
Oh yes, that's how it feels.
Oh, that was so bad.
Gosh. So we get to hospital. I first of all get into the ER or something first. So they check me. I was with a towel because my water had broken. It was just flowing. It was so weird because even the water breaking in itself was so weird to me. Why am I just peeing on myself? That's why. Because it's not stopping. I had to carry a towel, a whole outfits, a lot. 3 centimeters, I'm told, your water has broken. You have to be admitted immediately because there's no going back home. I'm like, can 3 centimeters? I'll be out of here by, midnight. Let me just set an EGP time.
Yeah.
So I get to hospital. No doctor tells me that this thing takes time. I didn't know that labor can take, I don't know, I think I've known, but it doesn't hit you until you're actually going through it.
It takes so long. Some people, it even takes 3 days. I read someone. How could, in labor for 3 days?
That is... it's like cramping just 100 times more.
Were you induced?
No, I
Or it
wasn't
was all
induced. My water
natural?
was already broke.
Yeah, even
so
though
now,
when the water breaks, you can still be induced sometimes.
something happened. I think I was augmented. It was... I don't know if
What
that's
is
the
that?
same thing, but it was to fasten the process as well. Because when I got to my room where you're staying, unaekewa, that thing to just
to
listen to the
monitor the
heartbeat
stuff. Yeah.
and all that. I'm puking. It was bad. Labor, I puked. My back, thank God for my partner, because mgongo inakuuma, your back is just bad. And then after a few hours, they come and check your, again. That was horrible to me. I think even labor was better, honestly, but that invasion of privacy was just too much. So they come and check me. I'm 4 centimeters. I'm like, gosh, but it's been 2 hours. How am I just only 1 more centimeter done? I'm being told, you still have time, no pressure. So we're still there. I'm on my pregnancy ball. Remember that? I'm just trying to ride it. Oh.
Okay.
But
we are trying to get the
going. Anyway, it helped. It did help, and the back rubs. So, and then again after a few hours, I come and get checked. Nothing. This is the whole night. This is midnight. I'm still 4 centimeters. 1 a.m. I'm still at 4 centimeters pain. I'm writhing. I was just like, what is this? It was so painful. I think I was seeing... I don't know, I was calling all my ancestors, oh my gosh, it was so bad. Nasema, 20 mtoto, I was now
insane.
requesting.
That's a long
time. It was so long. 4 a.m. still at 4 centimeters.
No way.
5 a.m. still at 4 centimeters.
A whole
night, and I got there at 10 p.m. 9 actually. I was getting admitted at 10 p.m.
The way they say,
they were telling me ni kawaida
or something. The baby
was okay, kicking hard, and it was bad. It was just so bad. That pain was so
you
bad.
were in pain the whole
night. The whole night. I'm in pain. I'm tired. You're trying to doze off, but you can't doze off because, again, you're in so much pain. Oh my gosh, nimerudi huko, guys.
And labor pain is different. You know what I realized about labor pain? Saa zingine unasikia uchungu, and like a woman, like an adult, you can hold it in. Labor pain, you cannot. Me, I found myself mourning like,
you're how jolly, how you're looking. You can pull your hair.
Because I was like, what kind of pain is it that you cannot control? You have no control over it. Once it takes over, I swear, I was just screaming. I was just it's the ghetto. It is the ghetto.
You produce sounds you never thought you could produce from your
is this mean?
Unasahau at your acute scream.
No, there's no, and you don't even care who's listening, who's watching.
It's
the
that
pain
painful.
is so intense. It makes you be in your own bubble that you don't even care about anything else. You just want to get through it.
Oh my gosh!
So now at 4 a.m. what happens?
4 a.m. So now I'm requesting for CS. I'm now telling the doctor, call my doctor. My doctor was on call. She lives nearby. Her hospital is just down Prime Care. It's literally up on Nairobi Hospital. So now I'm telling them, call the doctor. Me, I want to go to theater. I just want to get done with this. And they're like, hey, we can't do that until your doctor, your baby is fine. There's no reason for you to go for CS. But I'm like, I can't take this pain. I just can't take it anymore, So doctor arrives at 6 a.m. I am so mad. I'm so tired because where have you been? And they have to do fast. Pimanjia. I remember even talking back at those nurses. Thank God they were kind. But I was just tokeni. I don't want to see anyone. Because Hans, my partner, zilikuwa zimeganda, but you can't complain to me that your hands are nini when I'm in that.
When I'm going through
Thank God
this,
he did
please.
not.
You will deal with whatever you deal with.
My back was even painful, like paining because of how much he'd like rubbed my back that I didn't want to be rubbed. So now I'm mad at him for it. So at 6 a.m. the doctor says, hey, you can't have CS, but you're going to augment you.
Okay.
I think that's inducing it, but I think it's different.
Yeah.
But
how did they do that? Like, was
injection.
It
Was an injection.
Okay.
So now I got an injection. And what I thought I was feeling tripled.
I was about to tell you that, but I wanted you to say it, like, once they induce you, the labor pains become worse.
Guys, like talking about this just puts me back in that hospital. It's crazy.
Makes you want to recheck your birth control method. Like, is it steady?
Stop.
Because I don't want to go through that again.
So girls, please know when you're having unprotected sex and you think, oh, pregnancy, like just know what's ahead. It's not, it's really not easy, you know. And those who are also, this is, okay, side note kidogo, but you know how we like to bash predators and pedophiles, those who are impregnating young girls. You can imagine if a full-grown adult is feeling this much pain. And now if you're impregnating a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, like, come on. That's anyway, crazy. That aside. So I labored till I got at 10 centimeters when it was at noon.
Oh, really? Well, that went fast from 6 a.m. Then.
But that's how many hours are those though? That was more than 16 hours from 9 p.m. It was a lot. And then I was being told now when you feel like you want to poop, that means you're ready. So now I got to the maternity ward. Hey, legs spread, I'm tired. I just want this thing out. Like a boom.
But did you poop?
I don't know if I don't think I did.
They didn't
smell.
tell you?
No, they didn't tell me.
I thought they tell you something like,
no.
You umetoa ni mavi bado mtoto, like something like that. I don't know. Because you know, some people like they push and they're told, like is something coming out, like but sio ni mavi. Like there's no child.
Me push.
Umepusha koyote, but you've just been pooping.
And that's the reality. It happens.
And
so
no child has
and if
come
it
out.
happens, if anyone shames you for pooping,
no, you're supposed to. Actually, I had the nurses encouraging it. They were like, you just poop. There's no problem. You're gonna wipe
even
it.
me, I remember being assured that even if you poop, don't think about it. This is what matters is you give birth, okay. So now for giving birth, I was just thinking, hey, I thought that what I've gone through like is bad. I was thinking now giving birth was gonna be even more. Because of course you've watched videos, you've watched, being told, oh, the ring of fire, now when the head passes through the, but I think I was just in so much pain that I don't know, like, my doctor kept telling me when you're now giving birth, meaning don't push unless you hear a contraction, you feel a contraction. Like don't just push and don't use your voice. Like don't scream. That uses up your energy. So I was being told don't you dare push because that's how you're also gonna tear. So that's how tears happen. So every time I'm like, no, don't push. That's not a contraction yet. So every time I felt a contraction, Diona, I push. And I'm like, oh, that's the hair. I can see the hair. The head is coming out. It's like, more like, it was so bad. Like, but anyway, I had my partner here just holding my hand. At the time, that didn't really, it was nice that he was there, but I was just focused on
the pushing.
So yes, eventually the baby did come out. And when he came out, it was like I've released the biggest poop of my life. Like it was so like
such a big
and I
relief.
forgot. And then now anaekwa kwa kifua. Then he cries. And I think I just cried. I was just so overwhelmed with emotion.
All the pain that you went through.
Pain was just, I forgot. But it's true what they say that you forget once the baby comes out, they forget. So I remember the first thing noticing was how Kwasi's head was just shaped like a spear. And being worried I remember asking, like, where was that not seen in the scan? Like, where's my baby's head like this? And they were like, it's normal, itarudi. And then now the next thing after that is now cutting the cord. And they usually tell the dad to cut the cord. And I was shocked that the cord is actually hard. I don't know why I thought it's like a vein and it's soft thing. But nasikia struggle, like, what is like, what? What is
supposed to be like
you
the
never know.
Thing,
But it took a while, and then I was also expecting to feel some pain, but I didn't feel it like that cutting it. So once it cuts, so now the next thing they did that I didn't know was taking out the placenta. So again, someone has to get into my like, come
so no,
on,
they
can I
just
catch
insert
a...
the hand and
I
then they
don't,
scoop it?
you can't, I can't see what they're really
Oh.
inserting. You just now feel the movement of like something just being, you know. And then again, ikitoka, it's like you've pushed out another baby. Like you can feel like the stretch kidogo, and then whew, like now you feel the relief that I felt when the baby
When the
was
baby
getting
came
out.
out,
So then
yeah.
after that, and then I was told, you've only had a very small like internal tear, like not nini. And that birth process took 9 minutes.
Oh,
Max.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like
Yeah, that's
after
not that
16
long.
hours, I was done in 9
Yeah,
minutes,
9
and they were
minutes.
just saying, "Hey, this is a Hebrew bath. Hey, wewe umebarikiwa. You know,
that's
people take
nice.
even 2 hours here.
yeah,
People take so long here. Me, I'm just like you guys. Me, I don't know. Like me, I've just gone through the most traumatizing thing ever." But they were like, "Yeah, your baby is okay." They took the baby somewhere there. Akinishona, I was just feeling, but not pain. I don't know why. I think alini spray some
like
numbing
stuff,
yeah, can spray. And then I had carried, of course, the pads and everything, so I stayed there for a while. Then the baby was brought, being put the tags. I also had the tags. Then now breastfeeding. But that's the giving birth part, so we
Yeah.
stop there. That is my experience. The baby was okay. We thank
natural
God.
birth.
That's the natural birth experience that I had.
So now that your baby is like almost 2, are you ready to have another one, to go through it again?
Not now. That's true, nimesahau. What I want is a girl. I want a baby girl next. And although it's not guaranteed, so as much as I'm hoping, I'm just like also being very 50-50 that like it might be a boy and I want to love that boy regardless. I'll still be very happy with either, but I'm praying for a girl ni malizi hapo, because giving birth is not a walk in the park that you can just keep popping babies and you know.
People do.
I mean, that's okay,
I
but
mean, they're the chosen ones. Have you seen these women that don't? First of all, they don't even know that they're pregnant until the last minute. So now
what
they
is
don't
it called?
even
Is it cryptic?
Yeah, so they don't even go through the pregnancy process of feeling like pregnancy and all those emotions that come with it. And then once they're like, because this is what they say. I feel like I have a tummy ache. Yeah, let me go to the hospital. I feel like it's food poisoning. They go there and they're like, it's not food poisoning, it's a baby. And then they push and it comes out.
And
like
those people don't even have like labor like that.
Like some people are like just lucky.
That's God's favorite. Honestly,
lucky.
If that's your experience, I understand where you'd get like 2 more.
I know, even 10. Because you're not even feeling anything.
I'm telling you,
so you're just popping them like popcorns.
Even not going through pregnancy in itself, because pregnancy, we had a whole episode about it.
That's a lot, yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
so, that was crazy. So we thank God. Now we move to the other side before we head to...
Yes. You have to take in the natural process first before we go to this.
Because I remember during pregnancy, I was very much focused on avoiding CS. And the main reason is because there's so many scare stories on CS, you know, and the healing process. And of course, vaginal is also, you know, but you heal faster with vaginal because it took me like 6 weeks and I was okay. But for CS, this is like 2-3 months. And this is like a whole major surgery. So now we have a mom here who's done CS, who's going to tell us her experience. Na niambie if I was right to... No, there's no right or wrong.
Yeah, there's no
right or wrong.
As long as the baby comes out healthy.
Okay, and you're healthy as well. But I remember requesting for CS, you know, and now there's elective CS.
Yeah,
you know,
now
so
people that do it. Like, who is, what's her name? Vera Sidika did an elective.
Yeah?
Yeah, she said she purposely went to the doctor and told them, I don't want to be pushing.
Yeah.
I don't want a natural birth. Both of my kids, I want elective. So now how she just went straight to elective. And she didn't have any problems. Like,
that's
she could have
amazing.
gone the natural route, but she chose elective. So you
there's
know, people
power
just
in
choose.
Choice. Yeah, that's
it
amazing.
Is power in choice.
So now I'm about to debunk every myth you've ever heard about CS and every scare story. Just...
But this is just my experience. We're
Please,
not talking as doctors. All. So when I'm going to say, but Latifa alisema hivi na hivi na hivi. No, I told you what happened to me personally.
Disclaimer.
A very big one, by the way.
We'll put that in the edits.
I know.
Disclaimer.
Okay, so I have 2 kids. So, of course, each pregnancy is literally different, even though they're both CS, but they were both, like, different. So, but for me, for the first pregnancy, I didn't even know about CS also. So me,
Really?
when I was leaving the house,
Yeah.
I was telling everybody, see you tomorrow, because I knew it was natural.
You're gonna have natural and you'll be back.
I know I was gonna go push and go back. I was like, oh yeah, see you tomorrow.
Were
Just
our
carry on.
mothers doing that, or where did we get that notion from?
I don't even know. Me,
Gosh.
CS wasn't even in my head at all. Me, I knew I was gonna go to the hospital. I'm gonna push this baby. I'm gonna be back at home the next day. I was like, okay. So I told everybody, my sisters were there. I was like, see you tomorrow. Only for me to go and get the shock of my life.
What
so
the heck?
I went again, the fingering stuff. And then they told me I was like 3 centimeters.
Okay.
I stayed for 3 centimeters for a very long time.
Yeah.
I also started begging for CS now.
Oh.
I also for me, I was like, I didn't even say CS because I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
I just told them
Like
to
you had
cut
no
me.
idea what.
Me, I had no idea about CS. I didn't research. I didn't do any research about CS. I knew nothing of it. I
That's
knew
crazy.
to just go push
Yeah.
the baby and then the baby comes
Even
out.
during the clinics, no one told you that there's this
'cause
option.
My pregnancy was so the
smooth.
checkups were so smooth. I had no complications.
There's no need to tell you,
The
yeah.
doctor never even mentioned like, oh, there might be a point where need CS.
Yeah.
No, it never came up. Never
Wow.
came up. Because every time we went for checkups, everything was good. I was good. The baby was good. So me, I knew I'm just gonna go push the baby.
I get that.
3 centimeters, I started begging for the CS, but I didn't even say CS. I was like, Mama, tell them to cut me open and remove the baby. I was like, I just need to, I cannot take the pain anymore. Because me, they induced me. Because me, after my water broke, I didn't feel any pain. I had no labor pain.
Did it break before you went to get checked for the 3 centimeters or like after?
No, my water broke and then that's when I left. So this is my first pregnancy, which, it's not an elective one. Because my second pregnancy is when it's an elective one. But this first one, I knew I was going natural.
Yeah.
So my water broke at home. So when it broke, that's when I was like, oh, my water broke. I have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So now we pack our bags, we go to the hospital. I have no pain. So the nurse is, you're not feeling anything? I'm like, I'm not feeling anything.
Yeah.
And the water has stopped. It has poured. Water poured. So you're not feeling anything? I'm not feeling anything. I'm okay.
Wow,
And I'm just walking around as if I'm not pregnant or my water didn't break. And that's when they had to induce me with pills first.
Because I'm sure they were surprised. What?
Because now they gave me the pills to induce me. Now I started feeling
swallow.
the pills.
That's what induction is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's different, actually. There's pills and there's the, what do you
Now
call it?
inject the drip. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
So they started me with the pills first. They were like, just take one pill first, we see. And then the labor pain started a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't that much.
Yeah.
Still, they're like, and then the labor pains come and then they go and I'm just okay. It's like, nothing is happening, no contractions. Nothing is happening with them. This baby is just chilled in the womb. Nothing is happening. Now they were like, now we have to induce you with the drip. So now I laid down, they induced me with the drip. Now it was painful. It was so painful now. That's when I was doing those weird noises. But still, the centimeters are not going up. The baby is not moving now until they were like, okay, saizi tunaona mtoto amechoka na wewe pia unachoka. And this was like, was it overnight? I don't even think we said overnight because I think we went there like around 11 p.m. And then it was, I think it was like the whole night. But then I didn't experience labor pain the whole night because I didn't have pain. They gradually gave me, they gradually induced me. So the labor pains just went gradually. See, I think nimefika hapo 11 p.m. nauma, no, nothing. I think by 1 a.m. ndo wananipa pill. So now when they started gradually inducing me, like the next day, early morning actually, is when now they decided, the doctors were like, okay, now we have to do CS. And it's like an emergency CS. The other mistake I made is I did not research on the hospital that I'm going to give birth to. Like you're supposed
Which
to.
hospital was it?
It was Nairobi Women's. And I think I just chose that because I was just close to it. So I didn't actually research on that hospital. They don't have a theater. So now...
And you're finding that
out? When they told me, like, I need to do an emergency C-section. So they were like, oh, my gosh, our theater, we are building the theater now. Like, we don't have a theater in this hospital.
Me?
Yeah, we don't have a theater in this hospital, but we have it in another branch. So now we're going to get the ambulance, put you in the ambulance, and then take you to the other branch because now it's an emergency C-section, and the baby needs to come out right now. So now I'm like, what? Huyo mimi kwa wheelchair, na push you out, and then that was my first time in an ambulance. And I didn't even remember because I was in pain. Like,
look at me asking,
pain.
how was it?
I know. I don't even.
If it's vibes,
I know for vibes. Like I went to the ambulance for vibes. I swear, oh my
It's
gosh.
okay.
I just remember being pushed and just being driven, but I was just in so much pain. And tukafika hapo, and then, they rushed me to the theater, and then blah, blah, blah. They cut me open, the baby came out.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then when the baby came out,
the whole process.
yeah, so now when the baby, because they cover it.
Okay.
So now I can see them cutting my tummy and everything.
Were you given like a, what is it called? That's in a of course you can't be put to sleep, right?
No. It's half. I did half. You're given a choice.
Okay.
They tell you it's either we put you out completely,
Yeah.
or it's just half of you. Like I'm gonna be conscious up, but unconscious down, like down going below.
Yeah.
So me, I chose like being awake up. So like that's what they gave to me.
Yeah.
So it's like a big injection. They like inject you in your spine. So now like uko na tumbo kubwa, and then they're like bend. So I'm like, I cannot. There's a whole human here renting him up. It's like, no, Elama, I'm like, what is this? Me, I'm telling you, the whole process, I was like, what did I put myself into? Because, at the end of the day, ni mambo ya kujitakia. Because like, what is it? Oh my gosh. And they kept it bending. So after they injected me, that's when I think that was the anesthesia or whatever. So now that's when I laid down, and then now they told me to count to 10, and they started hitting me and said I don't feel anything. They punctured me, I think, with something. I said I don't feel anything, and that's when they started the cutting process. Okay. So when they cut the baby, so me, I'm just there. They're just doing that. Imagine on a bigger story.
What?
You'll think it's a serious thing that everybody will be like quiet. They're like,
no, like in the movies, like,
well, they're just doing whatever they're doing. They're just saying their own stories. Hey, naule mama. Hey, mimi nilimwambia sifanye venye anafanya. Well, they're just pushing out a whole baby. They're just telling their own stories. Me, I'm just there laying down like this. I'm just listening to their stories.
To get inside with someone?
Yeah, this one we didn't research, so I don't think we even knew there's a concept like that. So it was an emergency.
So you're just there silent.
Yeah, so I'm just listening their stories. So akapiga stories, uko kikata. It was so fast.
Like of course you're not feeling.
You feel like somebody, like this. Your pressure. You don't feel that pain, but just. So, by the way, by the time my water broke, it was 41 weeks. What? So that baby was big. It was 41 weeks. So, apart from them pushing the baby from on this side, there was another nice nurse that came from the back, and then anani push hivi. I was like, mtoto atoki.
I thought
they were pushing from both sides.
Ukikat open like you have to.
Because they were pulling the baby from the front, and then they had a nurse pushing the baby from the back into a toke while they are pulling the baby from the front. I'm just dead like this. So they just, it's like I don't feel anything down. It's like I didn't have control of my body anymore. It was just like a vessel, just trying to get this baby out. So me, I was just laying down, and they're just doing what they're doing, wakipiga stories out until the baby came out. And huku wakisema, mtoto angeza kutoka na chini. And they just, I swear, they're just talking. And I'm like, I'm right here, I can hear you, guys. I swear, they were like, huyu angeza kutoka na chini huyu. And then it was just a lot of push and tug. I swear. Once the baby was like removed, I was like, and once my baby came out, he didn't cry. Yeah, so he didn't cry. And me, I didn't know it was like a thing, like they were supposed to like immediately cry or something like that. So my baby didn't cry. So they immediately took him, and then I just saw them because I'm just there laying down. So I saw the doctor take the baby, put the baby in like on a table, and then akaanza tu kumsukuma na kumchapa. Like kumchapa matako, like it's like anamshtua mtoto like ashtuke. And then that's when akashtuka akaanza kulia. So I was like, oh my gosh, is he okay? I was like, it's okay. I'll come later like on my face. And I was like, whose blood is that? Whose blood is that?
That is your own space.
I was like, whose blood is that? Whose blood is that? It's like, it's your blood. It's not the baby's blood. I was like, oh, okay.
Still.
But imagine me, I wasn't even interested in like...
in
the baby. Yeah. You know how you say like once, they took the baby and then, they put it on your chest and you just felt, Me, I didn't feel like that way. Like I was just there. Traumatized. I was like, what? They're putting the baby on me, and I'm like, I just push him away because I want to like take in like what the hell just happened here. Like
you
it was
guys
just
like
yeah, like I felt for me it was just a lot, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And then they took me to the room, and then immediately they take you to the room. They don't even. I'm from a big surgery, and they immediately want you to walk, immediately want you to breastfeed. They don't even care.
There's no like recovery room like after the stitch. How long does the stitching take? Like when
I don't even remember because
you must
with
have
the
really
first,
zoned out.
You really need to dissociate when it comes to these things in order to survive. Because this is how I cope with stuff. I literally just dissociate and I just take my mind somewhere else. Because if I'm there, then that means I'm going to have to feel everything, and I just don't want to feel everything. Yeah. So I just take my mind somewhere else and I just think about like unicorns and rainbows, and I'm just like, once they do their thing, And also my first experience wasn't that good because of the hospital that I chose. Yeah. I felt like if I did further research and I chose a good hospital, because now with my second pregnancy, which is also CS, but now this one was elective, it was so smooth because I researched on the hospital, we checked on the bed, we made sure they had a theater because it's a CS.
Apparently it's a thing you have to check.
You have to check even if they have a theater, is it a functional theater? Because they were saying, we are building ours now. So now, apparently they do have one, but it's not functional. Yeah. So it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So now the second one was so smooth. Like I went there, I didn't have any labor pains because it was elective.
How many weeks did you go?
For this one, it's 37 weeks. You're supposed to go. You're supposed to go before your water breaks. Okay. So now to be on the safe side, they put 37 weeks. Okay. So now I went there, and it was just like, it was nice. I knew what I was getting myself into. Yeah. I knew what I'm supposed to do, everything. And this was a nice hospital because even after the surgery, they put me aside for like an hour or so to just sleep. The first one they didn't.
What do you mean they want you to walk immediately?
The first one. The first one, what really pissed me off is like the immediately out of the theater, Bado, I'm still dead down here. So I'm just like this, I can't move. Yeah. Now I'm in my room. I still can't move. Itabidi unionyeshe mtoto. And I'm like, okay. How? Now you're going to have to be on the side to breastfeed the baby. And I can't feel myself down. So imagine they are pushing me. They pushed me. They turned me. They flipped me over to breastfeed the baby.
No way.
Can you imagine? They flipped me over and I was just like this. Come on.
How do you even like that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the first hospital was just not it. It was just, you really need to pick the hospital and you pick the doctors and you make sure you do a thorough research on the hospital and the doctors because that really, really helps your experience. Yeah. So me, the first one was really, really bad because of that. It's basically the hospital. Yeah. And then the second one was so smooth because the hospital was just they knew what they were doing. It was a step-by-step process. Yeah. After the surgery, they didn't force the kid to breastfeed. Yeah, they did not. They just understood, I'm from surgery. Nakwambia nililala. The second pregnancy, when they removed me for the CS, this time they gave me, chance to, sleep. Oh. Ushai kulala, I slept until I was snoring, until I woke myself up from the snoring. I thought it was somebody else. Oh. I said, I'm going to go, who's snoring like that? And it was me. Najiamsha mwenye with my own. I was so exhausted.
Kwanza from the pregnancy to a surgery, of course.
You just feel like a weight has been removed. And you're like, I can breathe again. I can relax. I don't have that weight. I'm like, my gosh. I think the other thing that the doctors or the nurses, they normally do is just force the child onto you immediately after the CS or even natural birth. I feel like you need a break to understand what you just went through, especially if it's your first pregnancy, you know, because the second one, at least you have an idea. It's okay, I know this is what I'm going to go through. Because
even with the first one, it doesn't hit you that you're actually a mom until now at night. You're there being told to breastfeed, but you're still this is all new. Then at night
everything
at 1 a.m. is when you're like, oh my gosh.
I have a whole human, and the baby is just there staring. He doesn't even know what's going on.
Oh my gosh!
She's like, I'm new here, and I'm like, I'm new here too. This is my first time as a mom too.
But I'm glad you got a nice second experience.
Yeah, the second experience was that was Nairobi Hospital with me with the second month. Yeah, it was Nairobi Hospital.
Really good.
Yeah, Nairobi Hospital is very, very nice. Yeah. The biggest motivator of me getting pregnant again is me just wanting my first child to have a sibling.
Yeah.
I think that was the only motivator, actually. It was just like, I just want my child to have a sibling. Because, the age difference is 3 years. I don't know. Let's do the math. The firstborn is 5, and the second one is almost 2. Yeah. So
you were pregnant when the firstborn was 3 years.
Yeah, it was 3 years. So like that's
when he's almost 4, maybe, or around 4 years.
So now just seeing him playing alone, and just
happens,
being alone.
I see Kay playing alone sometimes, like
it's like
but no, he's a toddler. I mean, like the tantrum stage. Like,
it's
crazy.
Still young.
And hey, for me, I think I'll get a sibling when he's a bit more independent.
Yeah, a bit older. Yeah, because for me, like the 3 years old was really nice, because now at 3 years old, he's a little bit independent.
Yeah.
He eats by himself. He could even dress by himself. He started school. So he already knew what was going on. And now they've reached the age where they can play together. And now I'm seeing the whole purpose of me doing this.
Yeah.
Like literally now I can just sit back, and now they're playing together. And I'm like, this is what I wanted. I wanted him to have a sibling. And now he does. And now they're just playing together. And I'm just there relaxed. Now I'm just a referee.
Yeah.
Trying to prevent fights. Now I'm just a referee because they're both boys, just to prevent fights. But, it's all good because, they play together, and that's all that matters. Yeah. Welcome back to part 2 of Unfiltered Tribe Podcast.
Yeah, and we have a guest. We let her introduce herself. She's a mom of Unfiltered Tribe as well.
Yes.
And she'll tell us now her experience as well.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I am Jerry, but I go by Mama Naila. My daughter is 13 months old.
Yeah.
As of yesterday. It's been a very interesting ride, being Mama Naila.
Yeah.
So, were you a natural or CS?
CS.
Oh, CS, my fellow CS.
Well,
okay.
I'm looking for natural guys.
To overpower.
Imagine.
Okay, tell us your experience with your CS path.
Right. So now I had a very difficult pregnancy. At some point, I was admitted for almost like 2-3 weeks when I was 8 months. I had pyelonephritis, which I think is my kidney did something. And so it took a while for the doctors to try and figure out what was happening. And so they were expecting that I would have a natural birth, my doctors. But I don't know, when I went for my last scan, the ultrasound technician tells me, hey, your placenta looks funny.
Where?
That's what he said.
Looks funny.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Akasema, me, I don't even think utafika due date. That was, I think, like a Thursday or a Friday. I gave birth on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So let's back up.
Okay.
So a week before I gave birth, unajua venye umezoea what times your baby will kick. So mine was a very active baby. She would kick, especially usiku, tagongwa properly. And then she just stopped. Like I would hear very faint kicks, very, very faint. So I tell my doctor, I'm like, hey, it's a bit concerning. So that's why she sent me to that scan. We're like, let's just have a look at how the baby is looking, if everything is okay.
Yeah.
But even her, she could use the stethoscope. She could hear things are fine with the baby.
Yeah.
But she still just sent me to the scan. And so the scan shows baby is completely fine, but he makes that comment, the ultrasound tech. The doctor looks at the report, everything looks fine. But I kept insisting, I'm like, Doc, she's not kicking. Something is wrong. Thankfully, I was very lucky to have a doctor who listened to me. She told me, if this is the same, Saturday we go have the baby, we'll induce you.
Yeah.
At this point, I was just about to get to 38 weeks because I think I had 38 weeks and 1 day.
Yeah.
So that Saturday, we go to hospital, my partner and I, wifika, I was fine. Actually, alianza kukick venye tumefika kwa parking lot hosi.
Oh my gosh.
And then
so
I tell
in the stomach, like,
I tell my partner, sasa what's even the point of going? Ndo huyo ashaanza kukick. Of course, that's my luck. Akasema, let's just go because Doc is even expecting us. She had been calling to see kani imefika because she was on her way. So we get in, we get situated. They put that band to check on the baby.
Yeah.
And then I start seeing one nurse come in, a second nurse comes in, a third nurse. There were 5 nurses surrounding me at my bed. So I don't know what it was. Sometimes I just say it was God's protection. I was not registering wanakuja. Alafu nilikuwa hosi for a long time. I had made friends with the cleaners, with the nurses. Walikuwa wananijua. So nilikuwa nasema, juu nimeishi huku. They want to come and say hi to the baby. So I wasn't registering something was wrong. Kumbe, the baby's heart rate, it was really high. The spikes were so high. I think, if I'm not wrong about the numbers, I think heartbeat yake ilifika 190 something at some point, which is not supposed to be the case. I remember like hers when I was in hospital, her resting one used to be like 148, ikienda sana 153.
So 190 is very, very high.
190 was really high. So by that time, my doctor had just gotten to hospital. I think even the nurses kept urging her, please come, something is wrong. But now me, I don't know. Me, I was very oblivious.
No labor pain at the time? Oh, because
I was 38 weeks. I was fine. It's just, I was completely fine at this point. I was not sick. It was just me feeling like something is wrong with the baby. But that was it. So Doc Fikas, and she tells me, the heart rates are not good. These numbers are not good. It's I cannot tell what is happening, but it's showing me that she's struggling somehow. We have to go for an emergency C-section. So I was given the papers to sign haraka. There was no for bembelezaing let's think about it. Because she tells me if we induce and she's not in a calm state, this might end up very badly, and I can't do that. I can't even allow us to go the induction route. So we need to go in immediately and see what's happening with the baby. And so because it's an emergency C-section, I'm not allowed to go in with my partner.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really anxious at this point. I'm like, I knew something was wrong. I've been knowing something is wrong. And then my mind goes to, I'm going to lose my child.
Worst case scenario.
Definitely. It always goes to the worst case scenario.
And so, but in my pregnancy, those ones for Mungu ameshikilia huyu mtoto. So I'm like, sasa Mungu mbona umenifikisha hapa shwari? 38 weeks ndio mchukue. Sasa what was the point? So I was not talking to anyone. I couldn't talk. I was just quiet. So my partner was the one who was he was the one who was advocating for me. I remember we said a prayer when I was being wheeled into theater. And I was so scared. I was so afraid I was going to lose our child. I was so scared I was going to lose my life. I was just so afraid. I couldn't even pray. So we go in, when ulikuwa unasema unaambiwa bend. So
no, juu umeka kwa kitanda, you're seated. So now you have to bend for them to reach the spine.
So mine, I ended up getting an anxiety attack when I was there, so they had to stop. They had to stop, they had to calm me down. And me, I just wanted my partner in the room. I kept asking, please just ask him to come. They're like, no, it's an emergency. If anything were to happen, just think about him. How does he deal with the trauma? And I'm like, yeah. So it took some time. It took like a good, maybe 20 or 30 minutes for me to calm down, to relax. But they were very patient with me. And my doctor... I love that lady down. I really do.
Yeah, when you start mentioning them, that's a good
Her name is Dr. Nelly Kwamboka. She's the best doctor. She really, really is. So we started surgery. After now the epidural, and they check you, wanakugonga kwa sawa, and then you're covered halfway.
Yeah.
So now I start. Now I'm there. Now you see how you were saying you dissociate. I don't know how to dissociate.
You want to be like actively
I was there. Now anxiety and Ivy. So I'm just imagining, I'm like, okay, what is happening now? Okay. And then I'm trying to do...
you asking?
No, story. Wanapiga tu story.
For them, it's another day.
I was so
I even wanted to sleep, but they refused. They were like, don't close your eyes, don't close. Me, I wanted to let myself, I didn't want to be present. So I wanted to close my eyes and just be like, no, usifunge macho, keep your eyes open. We need to know that, I don't know, maybe they'll think I'm dead or I'm unconscious, so they need to know I'm awake. So they're like, keep your eyes awake so that we can see you.
It's because the epidural can dysregulate you. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So I'm there. My mind is just racing back and forth. And then I started praying. So I'm here, I'm just telling God, please, even if you're taking my life, please just let me see that girl, please. I have gone through so much to not see her. Just let her live. And I'm trying to imagine now what could be happening. So eventually she comes out. And then that pushing that you were saying, they actually pushed the baby. And mine was also a big baby. At 38 weeks, we were 3.2 kilos.
3.2.
So imagine sana ingefika 40.
I know.
Because me at 3.5 at 37.
Me at 37 nilikuwa niko 3.6. So with my first one, the 41 weeks, alikuwa ameshafika 4 kgs. So that means ningeendelea, maybe the second one will still even be here.
Yeah. So the first thing I remember was she didn't cry. But walisema she was looking around. Kuna nurse moja alisema kwani huyo anaona?
Anaona, yeah. Already. Yeah, because you come out there blind.
And then I think no, she felt cold or something, I don't know, because she didn't cry, ndo akalia. And then me just started crying because I really wanted to hear that cry. I just wanted to know this girl is okay. So I'm like, if she's crying, she's probably fine. She's probably fine.
My gosh, so you know what? I just want to stop you. I just realized you both said you cried after your baby's na miss kusema kama nimelia.
Kwani am
I cold heart?
No,
that means I really dissociated like big time. You guys are me, not even one. Me, I was just like, oh my gosh,
it's traumatic.
Yeah, but that was the first one. The second one was smooth. The baby came out nicely. Everything was, but it doesn't just feel. It doesn't feel like I'm a cold-hearted. It doesn't mean I'm a cold-hearted person. It's now we can.
You love your kids.
Yes, I do. Okay. Thank you, guys. Oh.
Please never tell yourself that.
Nasema kwa nini niko heartless.
No.
It's okay. I'm good.
She's good. I'm still reaction yake ya mtoto wake.
Yeah.
After that, she was handed over to the pediatrician. And then the pediatrician is the one who handed her over to me.
Were you told Kwanza what's wrong? Why was she?
So
like,
we
we
found out my placenta had calcified, so basically it died. This girl was not getting oxygen. She was not getting food. I don't know how she survived a week. My doctor also does not know how she survived a week.
It was a whole week.
Mm-hmm. You remember I told you the Sunday before I gave birth? Yeah. We were even at a family function where guys knew I was about to give birth and we were celebrating, and I'm just like, I remember just pulling my partner aside. I'm like, something is wrong. He's like, maybe you're tired, because I had been running around. Maybe you're tired. You just need to rest. Even though ilianza. So by that Thursday or Wednesday when I'm going, it truly is good. Anyway, say
definitely. How else can you explain that?
Hata ndio ule ultrasound tech aseme alikuwa ameona ikianza kucalcify, yani it had hardened kabisa.
Ndio amesema ati placenta yako inakaa vifani.
Amesema really,
but I don't
think
Anasema inakaa funny, but so inakaa funny. I don't think alisema because when alisema mimi sidhani hata utafika hiyo due date. That's what he said. Hii placenta yako inakaa funny, mimi sioni ukifika hiyo due date, but he didn't like alarm me or no because I was fine.
Like, is it me? I think you need to be told what's wrong with you. Like kama ameona kama what's the word, calcified. Like you're supposed to tell me so that I know that my placenta is dead and my kid is not getting, so that we can know what we can do.
I feel like that's stress will even make it worse.
Is
for
it
the baby.
stress? It's you getting a correct medical.
Will they tell the doctor that, hey, this is happening, that's why this needs to happen immediately, but not tell you? And be like, you need to go to theater as soon as possible.
You know, the baby was fine. But like, that time I was taking the scan, she even waved at that scan. Her hand did this. As maybe alikuwa tu anaisongesha, as we thought she waved.
She's telling you I'm not getting food.
Oh my gosh, like hi. Like,
no oxygen here. Mom, she's like, no oxygen. I can't breathe.
How else do I talk?
No food.
Charlene got just kind of finally. Hi, Mom. Like,
can you see me? Oh my gosh.
In the dark. Like, that was her moment.
Oh my gosh, to shine.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was my bad story.
Yeah, even you being alive, because the placenta, something goes wrong with it, even it affects the mom, so
Everything.
Thank God you're here. We thank God
Yeah,
Naila
and
is
the
a
baby
whole
is
13 months, so
that's
healthy, so pretty.
We keep saying that's God's child.
Holy week,
That really
for
is God's
sure.
child, because I can't tell you. And my doctor really applauded me. So this is the advice I have for any mom, any new mom. You may feel like, especially as a first-time mom, you feel like you don't know what you're doing. But best believe, you are the only one who can advocate for that child.
Yeah, definitely.
And God will put instincts in you. That's the only way I think God communicates with us. And that's how we communicate, I think.
That's
also.
true.
Trust your gut.
Trust your
instinct.
instincts. Especially when it comes to your kids. You should trust it.
100%.
100, and just go with it, even if you feel like you look insane. Because like me, all the indicators were, you're fine. Let's wait until week 40. Singefika. Both of us hatungefika.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
if the diagnosis is at placenta is looking funny, and if the doctor
What kind of
hadn't-
diagnosis is that even? Let's start from there.
And
Funny.
if the doctor had not taken you seriously that you kept, because kuna watu wameshinda wakisema something is not right na hawasikizwi, and they end up either losing both. So
And I think for me, I really, again, I'm very grateful, and I think I'm very privileged because I had a good doctor. We had to change doctors, by the way, mid-pregnancy.
okay.
And it was the right choice, because I kept thinking, now I'm going to be with a doctor that I don't know. This other one had been with me for a very long time through so many things.
Yeah.
But I thank God we made the move when we did. Jusidani,
I
me, I
mean,
don't
they're
know.
quite the
I don't
same.
think so.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I
good
really
doctor
don't.
is everything.
Yeah.
Very,
honestly.
very
I
important.
feel like even
So
me, my
move
doctor
doctors
made it,
if you need to.
Yeah.
Do those things where someone will tell you, apana, you're overreacting. Sawa, wacha mtu afikiri una overreact, but you're protecting
You're
yourself,
protecting
and more
your
importantly, your child.
Yeah. Because me, even with my first pregnancy, I remember we were all like, we were being released from the hospital. Because, and then when tunakuwa released, I look at my baby and I ask my mom, mtoto akai sawa. Just look at him and akatu yellow. Disclaimer, my kids are like half caste. Not like they are. So now people think the color that they have, they're kind of confused of like, I don't know if it's new in Kenya or whatever, but they think like that was the color that he's born with. But for me, it just didn't look right. I'm like, I know they're supposed to have this color, but this color just doesn't seem like the color that is supposed to be coloring. Like it's not giving mixed. It's giving something else. It's giving you there's something wrong with you. And then my mom looks, is like, I guess. I'm like, look at the eyes now. And then when we look at the eyes, because now my kid had like Chinese eyes. It's not like the dad is Chinese, no. But it's just the eyes. I don't know why it's come mchinku. Like they're just this. No, you really need to look and open. You see like they were yellow. So now we called the doctor. And it's like, oh my gosh, he does have jaundice. And we were being released from the hospital. So now imagine if we'd gotten home and then I didn't say anything. And
you're like, maybe. Second guessing your gut.
I know,
like,
you're just second guessing. You just have to like express and just, because those kids can't talk. They depend on us.
They
to like
don't even
speak.
know what's wrong with them.
They don't know what's wrong with them. So we are the like spokespeople until they are old enough to express themselves.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Have to take it seriously.
Listen to
We
your
do.
gut,
We do have to see, and a good hospital
and
too.
A good hospital.
You really
I think that
need.
changes a lot.
Giving birth is such a delicate experience.
Life or death.
Literally. Like if you and your kid come out alive, you just. I remember I was wheeling, not me, like the nurse was wheeling the kid out of the hospital, and I just was walking, thanking God every step, because it's not every day that you give birth and you get to walk out with your baby. We take this for granted.
Gosh, and I think that's why for me even I cried when I had Kwasi crying, because I was like, he's alive.
It's almost like a sigh of relief.
It's like a sigh of relief that he's okay. So the only thing I could do was just like break down and be like, gosh, thank you God that I'm okay, baby's okay. And so it wasn't even a bonding with the baby. It's just like the relief of like, gosh, my baby finally is here and we're okay, and
everything is okay.
Crazy. So that's our third one. We thank God. So we do have other experiences from the moms of Unfiltered Tribe. And as you've heard, this is Unfiltered Tribe podcast. So we're here to share stories of moms from our tribe. When when I start telling my pregnancy and childbirth story of my firstborn, I get so emotional. So from bed rest to labor, so she was on bed rest the whole pregnancy to a 24-hour labor that finally ended in a C-section. So you see, that's another thing that can happen. You can labor thinking you're gonna go through the normal, and it still ends up being C-section. Then post C-section infections led to my wound bursting, and pus started oozing like flash floods.
What do you mean wound busting? Like boom?
Yes, you know when you umeshonwa.
Like the scar.
The scars,
I thought like the wound anyway.
But that's the wound.
But there's 7 layers. So which layer busted? The wound. But like that's serious.
That's serious. Let's see if she says it. So then post C-section, my wound busting and pus started oozing like flash floods. I was rushed to Mbagathi Hospital, but I was turned away. You all know how public hospital doctors can be sometimes. Like, why will they bring infections to their hospital after choosing to give birth in a private hospital? I cried and cried. All thanks to, this is my dad, this is my auntie. So my dad, alimsaidia, he knew some staff at that facility at Mbagathi, and he talked to them, and I was finally admitted. I never even mentioned the daily wound dressing. It was a hell of an experience. And remember, I was alone on the bed with my newborn without anyone to assist me. After 2 weeks or so, I was back in theatre for a secondary closure of the wound. In theatre, my blood pressure started misbehaving, and remember, I had left my son on the bed alone. The father was stuck in the traffic jam on his way to hospital, and I had to leave for theatre before he arrived. Imagine leaving your newborn, Aki. It was a whole day in theatre with doctors trying to balance my pressure. My 2-week-old son was starving, but I finally came out strong for my son. Then the postpartum depression. Oh, it's a very long story, but I made it short. Motherhood is priceless.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
How is she doing now?
She's okay. She has a second born now.
She even not. You see, this is how fast you forget this traumatizing experience once you have a child.
I know. Never ever. And my mom says when God.
It's still early. 13 months.
Yeah.
That's still fresh a little bit.
Give
Because
it
I
2
remember,
years.
Because me now, I had my second one when he was like 3 years. Yeah.
So you're
And I
telling
was,
them.
and this is like, I was determined to have a second one. Utafiri mimi mwenye nimepitia like that. Because I have forgotten. I was like, I want another baby. I want another baby. It's until I was pregnant again is when I was reminded, now I remember this ghetto phase. This is the ghetto phase that I
And I think when
forgot.
you're going through it, you actually dissociate. Your mind doesn't remember that. It's like how you don't remember how bad the newborn stage was. You kind of miss it. So you were not sleeping. You were in the trenches.
I think we were programmed to do that
something.
because I feel like if we remember it
never
forever, we
reproduce.
won't have more
One child
kids.
and
Yeah,
done,
it's
and
one and done.
Yeah. Do you have?
Okay, this one is also a CS because I don't know, CS ndio iko na drama nyingi. CS ndio iko na drama. And then wanasema, I had an emergency C-section at 41 weeks after induction failed, and my baby was in distress, so I had to go to the theater. But my experience took a bad turn as they sliced my bladder during CS. But luckily, there was a urologist specialist close by, so they repaired the bladder. And it was rough because I could not hold my son after 3 days. Like after giving birth 3 days, hajamshika mtoto wake. And I was under high care and high pain medication. I had 2 urine catheters for over a month, a pipe inserted in my stomach for 2 weeks, and I only got discharged after a month as a result of multiple infections from the bladder repair.
Oh my gosh.
So now I had to take care of my newborn with pipes. I had to carry around a drip, which was very hard because he was a big baby, and carrying him around will disturb my drip. So now I had to change it a lot, which was painful. I went from 95 kgs to 60 kgs in 3 weeks. I would hide in the toilet when he cries, and the nurses would comfort him. Being away from the support system just made the situation worse, and the 2-hour visiting time was not enough because they you can just come and visit for 2 hours. But that's it. You should sue. You should sue the hospital if something happens.
Those infections, you shouldn't even pay that bill.
It's
Cutting
when
the
you
bladder.
need the money and you need the energy. It's true. Someone who has been in hospital for a whole month is a new mom. you don't have energy. Even if she has the money, I don't think you have
That's
the
why
energy.
you need like a support system, because she's not the one who's supposed to be suing the partner or the mom, the dad, anyone close. I feel like when you're about to give birth, you're supposed to have somebody there. Like if you're lucky enough to have somebody, for me, I was so lucky to have my mom, because my mom was there full time. Sile msijua kuja kuvisit 2 hours na kuondoka. No, she was there full time. I remember the nurses came and they were telling her that she had to go home. Itabidi wende nyumbani ndo azoe kukaa peke yake na mtoto. My mom was like, no, why must zoea akae peke yake? Who told you she's gonna be alone? Hata leave the hospital. No, I'm not leaving. Yeah, because why am I leaving? I know. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It's like you want to punish me, surely.
This one says, I lost my first baby since the nurses were reluctant to recommend CS when they realized my cervix wasn't opening. Ilifika 4 centimeters, and that was it. I labored for 12 good hours. It was terrible. The most painful experience I've ever had. They never even gave induction a chance. My hubby and I were young and naive back in 2012. When they realized the baby was no more, they induced me. The baby came out in 5 minutes. Her chest had turned greenish blue. She was so beautiful. This makes me want to cry.
Oh my gosh.
Really
I didn't even know that's how it was. What?
She was so beautiful. I had 3 babies later through CS, and I would choose CS over and over again. By the third week, I always feel whole. This was my last though. Baby is 5 weeks and I have no complaints. My scar looks good, and last night, I don't know if we're supposed to say that last part.
Say it.
Last night we made love. I'm so sorry about your first baby. I'm so sorry.
And it's so sad that you mean you can be induced when the baby is already dead, like to do what?
So that you can remove the baby. The baby can come out.
But this is something they could have done before it got to that point.
Yeah. But sometimes, because I've had people having to go give birth the natural way to a dead baby. Like you already know your baby is dead, but you have to take out the baby. The baby has to come out.
So I thought that's like CS automatically.
No, sometimes you don't need CS. Sometimes you can just, it can just come out. If they can do it the natural way, they just prefer that, because it's actually the fastest and easiest way than you taking you to the theater. And even depends with the person. If the person says, okay, I'll do it the natural way, it's their choice. And you get induced and the baby comes out. Because, at the end of the day, the baby needs to come out, dead or alive. They can't stay in your body.
That's true.
So now that's just how it is.
For a CS, there's a difference between a CS baby and a vaginal birth baby in terms of kukua congested. And this is a nurse who was talking about it. So these are not my words, okay? So CS babies are taken from one comfort, the womb, to another comfort during delivery. So they don't get to squeeze their lungs out while being delivered, like the ones born through vagina. You get like sometimes a CS baby anaweza kuwa congested more in their lifetime, more than a nini. Apparently, because the first immunity a child gets is the vaginal fluids in some countries after delivery. Doctors take the fluids and paka mtoto.
The vaginal anapaka mtoto, no.
Fluid. So it's the same thing as if you have an STI, you can like patia mtoto, the baby can be bled because anapitia through the same nini. And then the second immunity ni breast milk sasa. And then the third immunity is when they grow their premolars. That's why some doctors advise kunyonyesha anyway, that aside. But I never knew that about congestion.
Yeah. Actually, you mentioned your congestion and I just remembered about the lungs.
Yeah.
So with my second one, it was elective CS.
Yeah.
They had to inject me with an injection that apparently they say it's going to open up my baby's lungs. Because during natural birth, when they pass through the canal, the lungs open up. But now it's CS, they're not going to pass through the canal. Now they have to. That injection is painful.
Did you get it on your...
My bum? Yeah.
I had it because when I was admitted in hospital, I think I was about... I want to say like 32 weeks. They were anticipating that I would have my baby premature. So I got it then. I got it
You
at
get
that
the
time,
painful
because I
one?
just like, let's just develop her lungs if she comes.
Yeah, it's
She
developing
spends
her
a
lungs.
shorter time period in the
Oh
NICU.
my gosh.
Gosh.
It is so
That's like
painful.
one of
It is the most
moms.
painful,
The most painful.
injection you'll ever get
Like,
in
is
your
it
life.
the dawa in the injection that's painful?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
What
always
does it
the
do to you?
dawa,
It's the
Linda.
dawa.
What do you mean?
And it's so sore.
You thought the
Unajua
sindano,
ile ati sindano
no.
unadungwa kama imepotea,
No.
umesahau tu, ati you just
You
felt
may
the prick.
feel,
You
like-
feel it, you feel so sore.
Mimi,
it is
the
so sore.
nurse was like, I'm gonna give you time. They give you time to
Yeah,
rest.
yeah.
That's how painful it is.
Yeah.
They inject you and then they like rest. Because
I had it, yeah.
I cried. Oh my god, it's
Oh my
so
God.
painful.
How many
painful.
doses did you get?
I did 2.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Me
I
That's
too.
got
the same,
2.
the same
Yeah.
injection the mom in the group is going through. Remember the mom who we've been helping with the preterm? She's scared she's gonna have a preterm baby, so she was given injections to inject herself or to help develop the lungs in case.
No,
she
I
was
don't
to
think.
inject
No, I
herself.
don't
It's
think
not
injecting
that.
herself is not.
Because you can be given that option. Kama hauna hiyo fear ya kwenda hosi back and forth.
To inject
You
yourself that
can.
painful. Oh
Like,
my
you're supposed to
gosh.
inject themselves.
How
What
can
do
she
even
diabetic
do?
moms do?
See,
But
the
that's
same
different.
day.
Yeah,
The
but
diabetic one is
same.
not. This one is so painful. Like I
Okay,
don't
it's
even
so
know how she's going to be able
painful.
to
Yeah,
keep
she
on
did.
holding.
She even sent a
Oh,
video of
that's
her
the-
doing it,
yeah,
and like she
it's
had
so
because what else
painful.
do
I
you
need
have?
to applaud her.
Yeah.
I
You
really
need
do.
to applaud
And
her.
she did 2 doses as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Like,
it's
she
2
sent one and
doses.
she was like thanking moms that she
Yeah.
even has money for that.
She's
you
very
know.
strong. She's stronger than me.
She
Yeah,
slept
me, I
afterwards and
couldn't.
was just like,
Yeah.
not hearing that it's painful
It's
after you
hard,
get
Linda,
it.
it's so painful.
Any
Like I couldn't
injection
even
you will ever
imagine.
get is,
I've
it's not even
never.
it's not
Yeah.
even 10%.
You
in
didn't know
terms
you
of
were
pain.
gonna get. Is it after you knew you're gonna
No,
have CS?
I was no.
Yeah.
At this point,
Oh, it's 'cause
remember I
you
got
had a heart
sick.
difficulty.
I got
Yeah,
sick
yeah,
during
yeah.
my pregnancy. I was
Yeah.
admitted in hospital. I'm not getting better. The doctors don't know what's happening, and I think whatever pain the kidney was causing had started to induce labor. So my doctors were like, the baby is the most important. We just need to make sure the baby is okay, because at 32 weeks sijui kama wamedevelop lungs ama ndio zilikuwa zimeanza
I'm thinking it
kudevelop.
was inaanza or something.
So ndio ni wakasema acha tu tumdunge. Worst comes to worst, she'll spend less time in NICU because lungs zake zimedevelop.
Yeah,
So that's
zimedevelop.
when I got it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That was
another
so
thing I have
bad.
about, I'm so sorry about you guys' experience.
Aki tuambie sorry, Aki.
Hizo
sindano. No, Aki mi aniambie pole. I was so painful, Linda. I remember I just want to, it was so painful.
I am so sorry.
it's
And
really.
uchungu, utasikia uchungu for another 6 weeks, I promise you. I promise
No,
you.
like it's not
It's
at
so
that
I promise
age.
it is so sore. It is so sore, and that soreness will not go away. You won't, and you can't rub it because it will. I don't know how to explain it.
gosh.
Mtu amepitia tu ndio
I know,
anajua.
it's so painful.
So the other thing I wanted to ask was, sasa, not ask really, but talk about is how unaonanga venye watu husema, you know, ukifanya CS, get in with someone, your mom, your partner, whoever. So I'm kwanza surprised that ikiwa emergency CS, you can't get in with someone. We know how they say about they can steal your kidneys or like they can steal internal organs. So someone else was talking about how the positioning of the kidney is like far huku nyuma na like where the womb is. So sometimes like someone was saying it's not true, but I'm wondering if it has like actually happened, or is that like a thing yenye unaweza sema mimi naogopa kuibiwa mnieke mtu hapo ndani, or you know, is it the hospital utafute tu hosipoa?
I guess, because me, I never,
Probably,
I don't know, me
probably,
going
because I
into the
haven't had
CS,
that.
my
Was
fear
that a
was
fear?
not my organs being
Even
stolen.
me, my
Like,
fear
you're
was
not
losing
supposed to
my
be
life.
It's the baby.
Yeah,
But at
But
that
not
point,
losing my
unafikiri I'm
organs,
told to
yeah.
fikiri your
But
organs.
see, that's why it's even more scary,
Yeah.
because you're very vulnerable and you're
Exactly.
thinking about yourself and the baby. Alafu ati sasa
Exactly.
umechukuliwa
I know.
kidney.
After some years is when unaenda fanya accident unaonekana uko na like
Uko na
worm.
Kwani ulifanyiwa?
Nyingine ilienda wapi? That's the thing. Yeah, it's
Wow.
scary. Yeah, it
But
is.
that's crazy.
But I've not had that. I think also depending
Ushaenda
on-
kufanya x-ray ukaona uko na kidney ngapi sasa hivi?
Guy, utanituma huko sasa, acha niende
Hata mimi
niangalie.
pesa nishaanza kudoubt. I'm like, I should go.
These people
Organs
don't know.
zangu,
yeah.
Sasa utaambiwa nimetoa,
Huwezi.
ama like you won't know immediately.
No,
na
no,
naambiwa,
no.
but the sky is very small.
Yeah.
You'll actually miss it.
Na ni
So-
madaktari, because me I remember with my second pregnancy,
Yeah.
now my partner, was in the theater. So now when the placenta was taken out, I saw him making a face. I'm like, what's wrong? I think they're removing an organ. So it's like the placenta also looks like an organ.
Yes.
So I think he was trying to figure out, is this the kidney or what are you guys removing?
Your support system there.
Because it looks like an organ. Nini was kubaliwa?
Like me was Nairobi.
Oh,
So,
an emergency
same
C-section.
hospital.
Oh,
same
yeah,
hospital was
Nairobi.
like,
Yeah,
Nairobi.
Nairobi.
So,
One of you to advertise Nairobi.
Aki.
One of our sponsors.
But they are good.
They are really
doctor.
good.
Yeah,
They are
we would
really good.
recommend,
The
honestly.
nurses,
The nurses are really
everything,
My
good.
the
doctor
food.
was Dr. Claire Kinuthia. She was
I've heard good things about her.
amazing. Like,
Yeah.
she helped me not tear because vaginal, another thing, we're allowed to jongelea vaginal vizuri. You know, there's cases in vaginal where you tear from like the vagina all the way till
To
your
the-
anus.
to the
like
anus,
it becomes one big gaping hole, and I have a friend who's gone through that, Yani. She's just gone through surgery recently, and the baby is like 15 months. But Yani, it's so crazy how akuambiwa like, oh, you know, you can't push if you're not feeling the contraction.
Hakuwa
Yani,
guided properly.
Hakuwa guided properly, and that's the thing with vaginal. You need someone who guides you on how you're pushing, because alifanya tu one big push, and that.
Unaenda kupush
Erupted.
how you see in movies.
You know,
'cause
that's what you know.
Yeah, that's what you
exactly.
know.
And it's your first time,
Yeah.
then you can imagine. So that was very traumatic for her. Then akashonwa vibaya.
Oh, no.
So now they left a space between like hapo hivo where P can even like guys. Vaginal can also be very, very traumatizing.
All
'cause that
birth
takes
experiences
longer,
can be
takes longer to
traumatizing.
heal, because you can imagine a year later you're still not healed from that. Even there's this mom, I don't know if her name is called Chantel or something. She had a very traumatic birth experience.
Yeah, she was in Coptic.
She had a very traumatic birth experience.
few years
Same
ago.
thing as well.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot you won't do. You have to work with
It's crazy.
it's crazy, but being
It's
a mom-
insane.
But yeah, let's see.
We thank God.
We
We're
thank
here.
God. We're here.
Well, with our kids.
Let's take a
We're
minute
waiting
to
for
just-
Linda to.
No, let's
Linda, you're the ones that need to do it again. Maybe at least I'm already in the second round.
sit on a close up. But we need a minute to absorb.
Right now, I don't want any, because I keep saying anyone who mentions a second child, you're threatening my life is what you're doing.
That's
We're
true.
They
not
actually
questions.
are.
Kwa
They
polisi
actually
nitakusema.
are.
Report.
They actually
Because what
are.
do you mean? Huh? So I hope you know that you've gotten some information about these things, some little information. Remember, we're not doctors, we're not experts. This is purely our experiences and other moms' experiences. So
whichever birth channel you want to use, do further research.
Yeah.
Talk to your doctors about it. Research with your doctors. Research on the hospitals, and then you yourself, you make your own decision.
And be open-minded.
Yeah.
Like don't think it's gonna go this way and just be
I
stuck
know,
on it.
and be
Just-
stuck on that.
Yeah, be open-minded to both.
Things
because,
change.
Yeah, sometimes we'll say, oh, ukitembea the whole pregnancy, uko sure utapata. People
Ah,
go to
zile
the
myths na
gym.
misconceptions.
Honestly, I feel like you guys need to tackle that as
a different topic, like the myths and
My
misconceptions that you are given.
self-walked every day. Hizo stretches nilifanya, but bado nilikuwa hapo nasema yes is an option. Like you have to be,
Definitely.
you know.
So thank you for joining us on this episode. I hope you learned a lot about our experiences.
Yeah.
Thank you to our special guest for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I've been with you, Latifa.